Evil Geniuses versus VP. That was the last real memorable game that I... Sniper versus Alchemist? That was Boston Major, right?
Yeah. That was the game that everyone got at Blade Mails.
Divine Rapier, and then the Blade Mail pickup by sumaiL. And sumaiL was playing the Alchemist, right? He picked up the Blade Mail against,
I think so.
Against the Rapier of Sniper. Yeah. What a throwback. What a throwback Naga Siren versus Alchemist is as well. Naga Light versus Naga herself. And again, a Drow Ranger lineup for Evil Geniuses, and Liquid did have an answer. Even though their Furion got banned, their Broodmother got knocked out as well. They did have seemingly an answer in Sniper Naga Siren. Blitz, do you think that this response from Liquid is going to work as well as Game 1?
I think it's actually not terrible. I do think that the Alch pick probably throws them off a little bit.
Okay.
And then they feel like they should take... I think the Naga is a good counter, though, to Drow Ranger. We saw that when Alliance played against Gambit at the Minor. That was their response to it because, well, any of these like long-range heroes, like if you ever want to win, you know, just get on top of them, lol.
Yep.
Pop your sleep and just kind of run at them.
And it'll simultaneously help the Sniper get his spacing as well. So I feel like it's both defensive and offensive.
Yeah, I think it's a good overall
it's a cool combination.
I think it's a good overall last pick.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine, like, Alch versus Sniper, Alch should just get a free farm.
Yes. That is something that definitely stuck out in my mind. You can't run side lane Sniper, so once you picked up that Sniper, that mid lane matchup is going to be quite abusable, and I am going to assume that sumaiL is going to be able to totally free farm here. He's also on the Radiant side, so he's nice and close to that medium camp, so he can stack that up for himself, do some acid spray nonsense. Should be a pretty good game for him. There's not even... I mean, there is actually a support that can rotate in. They do have Tusk. Oh, Enchantress. Holy cow, he just got nuked down to like a 3rd HP. I guess the Fissure combined with the Mistcoil did a lot of damage, but sumaiL is going to come in with the tag team here. Matabaman trying to stay in that tag team radius to get as much damage onto sumaiL as possible, and that is going to be your first blood. It was supposed to be a free farming matchup, but GH with a beautiful rotation, he does end up dying to the Fissure plus the tower shot, but well worth it to shut the Alchemist down nice and early.
Yeah, they know they have to slow down this Alchemist. And even though it is a very good Alchemist game, remember when we saw Keen versus, what was it, the team that Iceberg played the Alch.
Pango?
Yeah, it was when they played at ESL Mumbai, and they just rolled them. Like, this hero is still abusable if you do have a very strong laning phase, as top lane, they did make the move onto Arteezy. And EG opting to go for the Drow again. I mean, they must think that this hero's broken.
Yeah,
That's the only reason that after whatever happened last game, you go right back to it. Like, if you have a concept of Dota, you know, even if you lose a game, you're going to stick with it.
Other parts of the draft.
Oh, sumaiL's just...
Is he going to die here? Oh, the Fissure is going to save him.
That was close.
Dude, I can't believe that the Sniper almost solo killed the Alchemist.
Yeah, Miracle's getting some work out of this right now. He's opted to go for 2 levels of the headshot too, which I think is pretty interesting. Just no shrapnel, because I think he's like, well, it doesn't actually do anything against the Alch.
Yeah.
It's not going to help burst him down or anything like that. And he probably wants more levels of, or Matamaman wants more levels of the headshot.
GH, good Fissure. That's going to be helping him get the Mistcoil deny. So very nicely played. They only get the kill on the Tusk and the deny by Fly. We were talking about potential heroes. Naga Siren seems to be a good matchup against the Batrider. We saw it earlier where he pops the illusions and he gets rid of the sticky napalm, so Batrider really can't pressure this hero too much.
I mean, does anybody really pressure Naga Siren? Like, when we saw Miracle play it, he was against, like, I think he was against, like, Lion plus Nature's Prophet or something like that earlier on in the tournament when he played against Keen. He doesn't care.
I could see some Lesh, like, dual lane pressuring Naga Siren because it's a bunch of magic damage.
Nice Fissure.
They are going to be able to get a good flame break onto him. Miracle taking so much damage, and he is dead.
So that's how you do it.
That is a good pickup. They just wait until he pops the illusions and then go on him again.
That was a nice rotation by Crit, too. Mid lane, though, Matamaman is... I mean, he's working sumaiL.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he's forced him to the jungle already. Opting to go for the 0-2-2. I think he's been really smart. And I see a lot of criticism from Matamaman. They're like, Well, he loses his lane every game. Well, you know, he's against what I think a lot of people would consider like the consensus best mid laner, and he's doing just fine.
And he's also doing it on a hero that I honestly can't remember.
Yo, I think
ever
sumaiL's gonna
seeing
die.
playing it.
I'm like,
oh, he's hunting.
they're pinging.
He has ice shards. He doesn't have snowball. That's going to be a little bit hard. He won't be able to get any tag team damage.
Okay, so sumaiL did know about the rotation, but this doesn't feel too good as GH. Look at him. He's just hunting him. I love this right now. He's actually just tracking movement, and he's just making sumaiL play on the other side of the map.
This does feel a lot like the way that Evil Geniuses were trying to gank Matumbaman's Broodmother mid lane, where there's a problem in the draft, in the laning phase, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that that hero has a bad start. And it's working a lot better against the Alchemist than it worked against the Broodmother, that's for sure.
Yeah, just look at this. GH is actually
There's nowhere to go.
He's just up and down running. sumaiL hasn't farmed a creep for
Probably
minutes.
A minute, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll all be forgiven if they actually get 3 bounty runes, and that's what it's looking like. Evil Geniuses may be able to go for here. His top is already being controlled up. S4 is going to go for the other one. He kind of jukes him out. Pops a flame break. Top lane, it does look like Enchantress was unable to snag it away from Fly. So yeah, Evil Geniuses do manage to get 3. They're still going to try and chase down Crit, but no such luck.
I will say the one thing that's gone really well for them is his bottom lane.
Yeah.
But what I don't love about this draft is Kuro most likely about to die here. He's got a lot of charges of sticky napalm on him. The fissure will fly over. And the bottom lane continues to go really well. Is that I feel like there's just too many heroes that need to farm this triangle on the side of EG. Like, you need the Alk to farm this area out. Dro eventually has to catch up somewhere. And if they're not dominating this top lane, I'm not really sure where she's going to get...
Okay, my counterpoint to that is this is a point that the panel brought up. The Medusa Drow Ranger duo. Similar problem, right? They both want to farm up the triangle. Why do you think teams are willing to do this?
I think it's a bit different with Dusa, because Dusa can... I mean, she can farm anywhere, really.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Alk wants to be in that area, I think.
Alk can really only farm jungle, as we can see. He doesn't want to show up to
Medusa's really good at keeping her mid tower alive. So the distribution of farm that you get is a lot better. Whereas when you play with an Alk, like, you're going to lose this mid tower, and then they're going to sandwich your jungle, and it becomes really hard. Like, look at this rotation right now from Matumbaman. He's got a DD rune. I mean, he's looking around. They're going to scan, so I think he should probably just use this DD, not even go anywhere with it. Upside, though, is that RTZ I mean, he's got 23 denies.
I think that's such a good point that you bring up. The fact that Dusa protects that mid tower, and then you say they sandwich, and that's exactly what they do. They immediately just start going into the offlane jungle.
Yeah, I think it's a bit different. Because Dusa, like, if they try to take your mid tower, you just either send somebody there early or you spam out, right?
Yeah.
Like, you Mystic Snake once, and then you just go back to farming.
S4. Going to be spotted by Matumbaman, who does still have that double damage. It's going to wear out soon. He gets a little bit of damage onto the Bat Rider. They couldn't get the Ice Shards to keep the Bat in, though. So a failed rotation, but it's simultaneously they're just kind of sweeping through the map, and that just means sumaiL doesn't feel comfortable farming up jungle in any of those areas. That's why he's now taken up top lane, and the Drow Ranger is going to head to mid. Matumbaman shows himself, gets a little damage on RTZ, nothing major. The 4 Wraithband build.
I saw him, by the way, use he used the take aim active.
Yeah.
He used it like quite a bit, actually. Everyone always forgets about this, but so for people that don't know, I'm going to sound like I know what I'm talking about, but take aim does have an active. And Cap actually taught me that. Like one of those like random things is they're going to go on
goes
RTZ.
out. They will not be able to assassinate right away, and Fly is going to be here. RTZ turns around thanks to that Aphotic Shield, gets some damage on GH. But
GH is only level 2. He spent the last like 6 minutes hunting sumaiL. I mean, it did slow down his game, but it is an Alk. Like,
yeah,
Alk's going to do alchemist-like things, let me just say.
It's the same thing as a Broodmother, right? It's like once you get level 6 for Broodmother, it's once you get level 5 and really start getting some Spiderling stacks, then there's only so much you could do to stop the hero from farming.
Yeah, if you compare the 4 positions right now.
GH is going to use that haste rune, but they do get the double stun. Is he blocked in? It doesn't matter. He's just going to die.
Okay, GH. That's Crit's about to hit level 5.
Because I move super fast.
Yeah, Crit's about to hit level 5 with Arcane Boots and 500 gold, and Tusk is firmly level 3 with none of those things.
I really want to talk about mind control Zero. Enchantress, core Enchantress, because this is obviously something we haven't discussed and we haven't seen either. What are your thoughts on it?
I think they're using it to try to counter the draw, right?
Yeah.
Just having the untouchable aura, you have a hero that can get on top of the draw, good heals to sustain as S4. This is such a nice move.
Gonna run him down. Mind control is gonna pop the heal, but S4 is not even bothering to lasso him because he knows there's no hope.
Yeah, if there is a really big bright spot right now for EG, I think it's Crit. Pretty much everywhere he's gone has led to a kill.
Dude, it is so impressive. Because, you know, I feel like I've played a lot of 4-position or Shaker, and there's some games where you just don't get anything.
Oh, bottom lane.
Fly. It's a very smart play by Liquid, going for the Assassinate, the big burst of damage, which means that the Abaddon had no hope of getting a miscoil tonight.
It looked really funny, though. It was like,
yeah.
Fly just kept prepping it. He's like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Don't make me. Don't test me. sumaiL trying to secure his bounty runes here. Crit's going to help him out. Crit may be giving up his life for it. In fact, sumaiL's going to see you later. That bounty rune is not worth my life. GH tries to come in to take the other one, Arteezy. Oh, nice. Ice Shard's block there is going to be the TP out. The snowball's it in time. It lands him. The Assassin is there as well, and a big burst of damage. They try and silence him, but it's not going to be good enough. A big kill, and they needed it too because Evil Geniuses, not so long, weren't they just up like 6-1? Now it's 6-4.
But the gold lead hasn't really shifted too much because, I mean, they have everybody farming.
Isn't it, though, kind of like the whole, like, and if economy's stagnant, it's bad? Like, if you're an alchemist and your economy, like, you aren't gaining more and more of a net worth advantage over Liquid, isn't that a bad
like
sign?
that quote. Yeah, I think so. I mean, EG's doing the classic EG thing now, where it's like, they're going to make this move into mid.
Grab him,
really
pull him, trying to get the snowball. GH says, whoa, okay. Couldn't save you, buddy. Just got to get out of here.
Nice move, though.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Crit, even in the last game, like, a huge bright spot right now for EG is he's just making everything happen around the map.
All that pressure, though,
look at
is
this,
space.
this
His top lane,
off?
we have
Nope.
mind control. Double pushing in that tier 1 tower with the stolen siege wagon.
Yeah, that's why we see S4 come back up here. S4 has pretty great farm, by the way. He's already got Boots of Travel. We see a lot of people go for this. The first person I saw do this is Seb a lot in pubs.
Yeah.
Like, Seb loves this build. Especially with the change to Firefly and it adding move speed. You pretty much are a speed demon. It's like your mini version of a Blink Dagger, but it allows you to be a lot more mobile on the map, too.
Seb actually inspired me to finally pick up Batrider when he was doing this build.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's like one of the few like real off-lane heroes that I just don't play.
I will say, as a farmer, Batrider does not feel as good with the change.
Yeah.
Just because, like, as a killer, he feels great.
Yeah.
But as a pure farmer, you used to be able to, like, loop 2 waves into the neutrals, and now you just don't do that. Now
Miracle's going to single-handedly take a tower. The Batrider is going to TP in here. Echo Slam goes out. Good. Winner's Curse, though. The Winter Wyvern on the side, and this is going to be an easy fight for Liquid, it's looking like, as they turn, kill one support, manage to get the other one in Fly, who couldn't deny himself either. They thought they had the sick rotation, but Kuro, right place, right time with a beautiful Winner's Curse, and they got the bottom tier 1 tower at the same time, so really big wins for Liquid. They're going to try and chase down S4 again, assassinate on him, giving him a little bit of vision as the golems are going to try and throw their stones. Or not, maybe they already did.
I think they already...
Yeah. Mind control's good at that micro thing. I'm sure he did it. Oh, S4 still in trouble. He's going to be chased by the snowball. Does not have a way to get up into the trees.
He's just dead.
Lane breaks down. Oh, Fly. No, the big headshot proc. Nukes him down real quickly, but Arteezy also gets a couple procs himself there onto Kuro. Couldn't pursue, though, and Liquid. They are, it seems like they've kind of hit their timing. They know that sumaiL is not ready to fight right now, and they are just nailing Evil Geniuses everywhere they go.
Yeah, the thing about EG, though, is like, you kind of predict to be in this position. Like, Bulba had to know, like, if I'm picking Alk last year, like, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
I have Dro Alk. Like, they can't really defend towers. Their 2 cores that are just going to kind of get ran over. So you have to have faith in this fact that this Alk is going to 1v like exit.
So do you think, like, what is the matchup of Naga Siren versus Alchemist now? Because we haven't seen this matchup in a really long time. They're two very different heroes now, I think.
Yeah, I think when both of them get 6-slotted, like, the Naga should be fine, theoretically. Yeah. Because I think mana burn on heroes is just, I mean, it's so strong late game.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the early game, like, hopefully Alk, if you're an Alk player, you just have more farm, and you just kind of bludgeon past her. Because Naga does need items, like, quite a few items to fight.
Right.
That was the game that we saw yesterday where we saw Naga go, like, 2-0, but ended up just losing. It was LGD versus Secret.
Mm-hmm.
In game 1, right? Ame had, like, 3 items, but he could just never fight.
Yeah.
And that is, like, the hope that you come online is Alk does finish Radiance. It is a little bit later than you expect. I remember I played a pub game with Kyle, and he was like, guys, I've got a 15-minute Radiance. Is this fast? And we were like, no, Kyle, you just lost us the game. Like, it's like 3 minutes behind.
Liquid did smoke down to their Naga Siren, perhaps anticipating a gank that way. They've cleared through that jungle area, so Mind Control should be kind of aware that there's some heroes up here. That's why maybe Matumba Man comes up, but they do catch GH, who was, I'm not sure if he TP'd to the shrine area, but ends up getting caught around that. It does mean that Evil Geniuses control that side of the map. They'll be able to get the 2 bounty runes.
Yeah, there's one thing that EG keep doing in this game. Every time bounty runes are about up, they smoke. They want to at least secure 2 for their alchemists, and that's pretty huge for him. Like getting bounty runes on Alk is so much better than anything. Like you're like, guys, you can die if you get those 2 bounty runes. I'm perfectly okay with it. Everyone's suicide for those,
and that's why that layer overlay is so great, is we can see the big difference in the bounty runes.
Show me that money.
It's too different, but because the alchemist, it's a massive net worth difference.
Mm-hmm. It's cool that they account for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Buka and JJ as bottom lane.
Catch, Mind Control. Ooh, fast
does
little
get hit
blink
by
away.
the
Crit has a
vessel.
blink already, really?
Yeah, Crit's played really well this game. Like, every rotation that he's made has led to a kill, it feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in 7 of their 8 kills. And he has a team where nobody really wants to fight, which I think is the most impressive part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at his lineup, he's working with a Dro who doesn't really want to engage. You have an Alk that definitely doesn't want to engage, and somehow he's still making kills happen around the map.
And normally, Alchemists and Dry Rangers take a lot of farm up on the map, so...
Yeah, so he's not even doing it by, like, CSing that much. It's mainly because he's making the right reads, right rotations.
How much CS does he have?
He has 30. He's got 30 creeps. Yeah. He actually has above average, I'd say, for this point.
Yeah.
But I still think he's playing very well.
And that just all comes from his great early game. Like, the thing about Earthshaker is you need that mana item really badly. You need those arcane boots, and you need levels to be able to farm well. And because he had such a successful first 5 to 6 minutes of the game, fast arcane boots, good amount of levels. He's now has a Blink Dagger. They have Radiance as well on the Alchemist.
I think they want to fight right now if you're EG.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you want to play Alk super late against this Naga Dro, or this Naga Sniper.
I'm comparing the new Naga Siren to, like, the super old Dota 1 Naga Siren where she used to have Critical Strike. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it feels, right? Because you've got, instead of this active ability in Riptide, now you've got this percentage-based ability that just becomes better and better.
Top.
The later the game goes. They are going to try and catch Kuro here, who is trying to fly away from a Bat Rider. Mind Control will protect his captain here. And they do also have the Naga Siren here, but the blink away is going to be able to dodge the ensnare, so it's going to be mid where they go forward. sumaiL is going to be able to chase down Matumba Man here. They're going to go for GH instead, but that's going to be a great Winner's Curse setup. May allow GH to be able to escape unscathed as S4 doesn't get healed enough by the Abaddon, but they do manage to kill GH. The important thing is that they couldn't commit and kill that Matumba Man sniper.
Yeah, GH has just played, like, face check Dota this game.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, I'm going to sacrifice my game and my early game to try to slow down this Alk as much as possible. And then he's like, guys, I'm going to suicide from Matumba Man every time. He's my new miracle.
Yep.
As they are going to get a kill onto Kuro. And, I mean, Crit dips into the Roshan pit for a quick second, but obviously not going to go for that against a Naga Siren.
But I feel like every single time I see EG successfully get some sort of kill or even just a trade in mid lane, Naga Siren has taken another tower, and it just happened at the top lane now. And that's probably a big part of the reason why Evil Geniuses with an Alchemist lineup is only 2,000 net worth ahead, because Liquid have so much more gold off of towers.
Yeah, that's such a concerning thing right now. If you are EG, is like, you're not growing your lead, like you said. I really like that economy comment, because it entirely rings true for me. They've got to get a little bit more accomplished on the map right now, but
simultaneously, if Evil Geniuses can take over the game, and they do start taking over those towers, then we're going to see that net worth just boom.
Yeah. Then Cleveland gets LeBron back.
I like that.
Thank you. It's off of some video. Our economy's based on LeBron James. They're going to take mid tower, it looks like, or they're at least posturing for it. You got to show me that this slightly greedier lineup.
Whoa, what is this positioning from RTZ?
He's got Hurricane Pike, so he's in the front right now. Like, he's making sure that there's no smoke coming up from that angle.
Yeah.
But he's going to bail on it a little bit early as Tusk. I mean, they just whiffed like 3 spells.
Yeah, that's not a great start for Evil Geniuses. They're going to poke at GH. They don't want to overcommit. This is a dangerous high ground area.
What is this spot that GH is in right now?
Yeah.
That he's been hemmed into.
Found a little,
they're going to go.
Oh, okay. He's going to snowball. RTZ gets to the high ground. GH. He's not going to follow him there. The snowball does break apart before he's stuck there, but a lot of damage comes out from that Drow Ranger immediately. sumaiL poking again. Unstable concoction after unstable concoction until they're finally able to commit for the kill onto GH, and Liquid is unable to respond. I like the way EG played that because of how dangerous it would be to overcommit into this Naga Siren sleep.
Yeah, they also didn't want to group up for the Winter's Curse. It just looked really clowny because they missed their first initial 3 spells on him, and then he snowballs after RTZ, which I thought was crazy because RTZ has Hurricane Pike. He might not have clicked or known. But RTZ does have Hurricane Pike, so he had to have some inkling that he was going to get. Like, they gave him a way out.
They're going to catch Fly. Fly's going to remove that ensnare, but he's already taken so much damage that his ultimate has been popped. RTZ gets the silence, but Fly is very, very dead. Both supports on Liquid and EG do get picked off in this stalemate of 5-on-5. Neither team fully committing for a full team fight until maybe now. They're going to grab the Winter Wyvern, delayed by the Song of Siren. A great response from Miracle that is also going to result in sumaiL not stunning himself, but losing his unstable concoction. Is going to be able to blink away. Drow Ranger comes from the side. Does manage to get a good silence, but is now ensnared. Immediately the Hurricane Pike away. Snowball forward onto sumaiL. sumaiL a little bit scared to turn there, and they're leaving S4 to die as the sniper is just poking and prodding at these heroes. They are going to be able to stay on the high ground. Great winner's curse, though, from Kuro. Catching that Drow Ranger, allowing Miracle to be able to close that distance, get the ensnare on top of him. The silence is out. AoE stuns coming out from Fisher, as well as the unstable concoction, but not enough to save RTZ as Miracle marches forward 1 core and now looks for the support into the Earthshaker, while sumaiL will be saved by Fly, but Fly may not be able to save himself unless he has the ultimate. He's got Echo Slam, almost finishing off Miracle. Does he have an enchant totem? He has the magic damage to the Fisher. That's going to be
going to get both.
Going to get the stun onto Kuro.
Oh my.
The aftershock stun kills him. He will die to the long-range attacks from Matuma Man and Mind Control, but still a great turnaround play by him. S4. Oh, this is a bold move by him. He sees the TP out of the Tusk, is going to try and go for Mind Control, but doesn't have the lasso up. So Mind Control is good.
Fantastic fight by Liquid, but salvageable because Crit manages to get 2 by himself. If there's a bright spot right now, it is Crit.
Yeah.
It just is. Like, he's making so much happen on this Earthshaker. The fact that he was able to make that fight like somewhat manageable for EG, it doesn't feel good losing both your cores.
Yeah.
But it feels a lot better when you solo kill the Naga and the Wyvern. And I'm surprised they decided to go for that.
Yeah.
They knew he still had Echo up.
Yeah. I've heard some other talent arguing about who the best player is on EG. I heard some pretty strong voices about Crit. They think Crit's performance is very strong. You think he's making a good argument for that?
Oh yeah, this is like, it really feels like it's the Crit versus Liquid show.
Yeah.
Because again, I can't stress this enough. You've got such a greedy lineup, and it's sort of just, it's not like Fly can help you out with any kills. He's playing a bad. It's pretty much like he rotates in, tries to get kills for somebody, like he'll set stuff up. I think S4's also played this game pretty well. Like, their laning phase was extremely good, and that's part of what's enabled his game. But I think that last kill might have been a little bit of a mistake by
by
Liquid. I mean, they dove him under a tier 2 tower. They knew he had Echo up, and Miracle had like 300 health. He had to have known that was going to happen. I think he over-relied on the heal from Kuro. He's like, oh, worst comes to worst. If we get Totem, just, you know, you got me, right? Like, no.
They have a pretty good Roche taking lineup. As you can see, the moment the Naga Siren gets there, Roshan's health pool starts plummeting. They're going to pop the Song of Siren here, finish off Roche, and claim that Aegis. Evil Geniuses are not going to try and take the fight after.
GH is, it's so funny watching him play this game. Oh, they're going to make the jump.
Nice Winter's Curse to stop the pullback here from S4. There's going to be an ensnare out, keeping S4 in place, and they're just going to keep poking at him with the sniper, and eventually he will die. S4 tries to get a little bit too over-aggressive, and every single time, man, Kuro, he's had some great positioning in this game. He keeps on stopping every single lasso that comes out.
The only misstep that we saw him make was, I can't tell you who did what.
Yeah, who made the call to go for the dive?
That might have been Kuro saying like, just go, commit, don't be afraid, I've got you. Or it might have been Miracle saying like, just follow me, don't worry. But aside from that moment, he has played a very good Wyvern. Yeah, I think both teams overall are playing.
It's a very cool strategic difference that we're seeing. Most teams against the Drow Ranger have been taking the idea of closing the gap as much as possible, but we're seeing the Sniper and Core Enchantress really do wonders against this Drow Ranger lineup. Like, the Drow can't actually get that close a lot of times.
Yeah, it's either the extreme range or the extreme up-close and personal action as EG going to get out of top. Nice deny by Mind Control.
Oh, they get the vision, though. All they need is the vision. They really left Arteezy here to the side. The silence, though.
The Fissure!
The Fissure stun! Crit does it again. That was sick.
If he had thrown it like half a second earlier.
Oh, look at this pick off. There is no Song of Siren. It's down for 15 seconds. This is a massive kill. They're going to throw everything they have. Echo Slam. They'll throw some missed calls, try and chase him down.
Didn't I just see crit at top?
Napalm. He has 9 seconds to try and survive to be able to get off his ultimate here. sumaiL blocked in, isn't able to get the stun out, but Crit stays on the marker. Crit goes from saving top lane to helping killing bottom.
I just saw him make such a sick play top, and I didn't even get to wax poetic about it because he was already bottom, setting up the kill onto the Naga. And GH, you got to be careful. There's no sentry up on this Abaddon, but yeah, just if he was half a second later on that fissure at top, or half a second earlier, they get that kill on Arteezy, which I think is massive. And instead, they get Arteezy out, they save the Naga. I mean, please, you got to get him the win at this point, right?
Yeah.
What is that? It's like Harry Potter. It's like Crumb gets the snitch, but Ireland wins.
So you're saying Crit is Crumb?
Yeah. Oh, is S4 gonna die? Matama Man getting the solo kill on the offlaner of EG.
Can we get an Alchemist checkup? I haven't looked at Alchemist in a while. I know I saw Shiva's, Blink Dagger, Radiance, Manta, so almost the full 6 slotted here with Octarine Core coming in to replace that that Soul Ring.
He's very farmed right now.
Yeah.
He's starting to do Alchemist things.
He is. But still a little bit concerning. They're only 3,000 up. A Fissure block in. Arteezy puts himself on the high ground. Normally it's the enemy doing that to Artur, but he fully embraces the meme, I guess, at this point. They aren't going to be able to catch Kuro as well. Matumba Man and sumaiL right on top of him. Mind Control can't really save. All he can do is slow down sumaiL a tad bit. But with Fly there as well, there's no disables. They're going to be able to stop him. Miracle, though, has found Arteezy. He's blocked in by the Ice Shards as well. Does manage to force staff himself away.
They need to save the Sniper.
Mind Control doesn't actually get pushed to the other side of this. The Sniper is still somehow alive, and now the Song of Siren's going to be able to save him. He goes for the TP out, and he is good. Liquid still retreating here, but sumaiL's a little bit low and does not have his Rage up. So they've got to back up to the Shrine heal. How did they not kill the Sniper?
They just didn't have enough damage after. And Fly couldn't really commit anymore because he was just pummeled into.
Yeah.
Ooh, that fight could have been a lot worse for Liquid.
Yeah.
But I really like the buyback from GH. I think he's fully embraced, like, YOLO, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever buyback's necessary is...
There's Winter's Curse on a Bat Rider. GH is a little far away, though, and could not get the
Oh, wait.
Frame
S4
perfect
actually
timing.
got
Unless
hit.
S4, you gotta be careful of this sniper. Now, fortunately, he's Mask Madness, so won't be able to get the assassinate. The Drone Ranger tries to go for it. He does have a butterfly. He closed the distance with the sniper. Maybe that's not where you wanted to go, but the butterfly's keeping alive for now. He does manage to kill the sniper and trade away his life for that one. Gets a lot of damage on GH. The Echo Slam almost enough to finish him off. It does. GH falls. Miracle's taken about a third of his health, but is still ready to fight.
Look at that. Mind control. Enchants the creep. Mid TP for S4.
Oh, wow. Really great play by him. I didn't even see that.
You saw that crit, by the way, in that fight. He was about 2 seconds away from his blink, so he made the judgment call. He's like, I'm going to walk in.
You just
Like,
walked.
I have to get a kill.
Yeah.
And it does lead to 2. I think that's a pretty reasonable trade for EG. Like, they might actually get the mid tower here. Is sumaiL going to pop the Shivas in pursuit? Knew that Kuro was there half a second ago.
Good man to dodge. They do find him. Lasso pull back on mind control. S4 has tried this a couple times to the Enchantress, but this time he will be successful. There is no winner's curse to stop this kill.
The slow hit, but it does finish as Miracle. I mean, he's in it.
He doesn't have 2 allies, but he's still willing to take this fight right now. The stun goes out. Unstable Concoction still lands. Fisher stun as well. Evil Geniuses have still not finished up this mid-tier 1 tower. And this does cause me some concern, Blitz, because our Alchemist is about to top out, and there is still so many objectives to be taken by EG. Is that concerning? Am I wrong to be a little bit S4?
Nice. Right.
We got.
I think so, but I still think it's a really good out game.
Yeah.
And with the way that... oh, she's just going to back up. The way that their lineup is structured, they do have a lot of disable. Like, normally what I look for is, like, when you have late game, what can the rest of your team do for you?
Yeah.
It's not about your max potential damage. It's about your max potential damage plus do you have enough lockdown to be able to, like, chase and get kills.
Yeah.
The Spectre by himself is not that scary. It's Spectre when he has a team that can also follow up, at least in pro games. And set up for kills, that's the exciting part about playing the hero. In this game, I think the Alk has a lot of different ways to set up fights. Like the Earthshaker, the Bat Rider, he's going to... he has ways to deal with the Naga Siren as a result. Like, they have ways to get on top of the Sniper. They always have ways to get on top of the Sniper with the Bat Rider. So I think this lineup is probably... I think this draft is, like... Regardless of who wins, I think this draft was pretty close, like, in both ways. Like, they both have ways to kill each other, which I think is always going to be the cool part. Is sumaiL
Smoke up, head to mid lane. sumaiL has the Unstable Concoction to get the stun. There is going to be the Cold Embrace, but immediately he's saying, no more Winter's Curses. I'm going to make sure this Winter Wyvern dies first, and he does indeed die. There is going to be the silence onto the Naga Siren.
Ball on the back line.
To be able to get rid of that. They want to be able to get to RTZ, but he managed to get over to the high ground. Good play by him, but the Ice Shards is currently blocking in crit. He gets an Aphotic Shield, pops the Echo Slam, just do as much damage before he dies, but the silence onto the Naga. Maybe they can actually kill her, but the Winter's Curse, there is going to be another Winter's Curse, and a sick one at that to save the Naga Siren. GH trying to go for that backline. RTZ is very low, but he can't quite get the kill. Fly with the defensive support keeps his carries alive. One of them TP's out, the other one making his way out of here. Miracle is healed up with his partners, ready to fight again, but sumaiL says, let's have it.
Nice dodge.
Man to dodge. What a great play for Miracle. Can it actually win this fight, though? The Fisher blocking him in. sumaiL tries
Another
to go for
dodge back.
another dodge. He doesn't get hit by that stun either, and sumaiL now stuck inside the trees. They need to be able to help him out with the Spear Vessel. He's taking so much damage from the Sniper, but now with the rest of Evil Genius pushing forward, RTZ is back for the fountain, and he's here to be able to claim the Sniper's life and force Miracle back with the Song of the Siren.
Yeah, and the Fissure is about to be up from crit. He almost has Blink Up. They really want to go for this.
Get the Fissure block. He got it. A beautiful setup, but Miracle, again, Manta dodge, doesn't dodge the stun, but gets on the other side of the Fissure, but they know which one is real, and the Flame Break bumps him back over to the Fissure side. 10,000 net worth lead for Evil Geniuses. They got that Alchemist 6 slotted, and they hit hard now. Liquid struggling to be able to deal with these team fights.
Yeah, they, like I said, they always have a way to deal with the Naga, but I didn't think this fight, I thought that Liquid had an advantage here. They're going to get another pickup.
This is going to be dieback for Kuro.
Massive, as you saw that there was way too much of a disconnect right there in Liquid's team fight. If you looked at it like from the huge vision or whatever, you saw that Miracle was way far forward. The rest of his team wasn't willing to commit because of the crit buyback. And so nobody came in with him when he popped to sleep. That sleep didn't actually end up doing anything because everyone on his team was like, well, I'm not going in. And then at some point they were like, I guess we have to commit because Miracle's in there. Then the Sniper was in a really rough position. RTZ 3-shot him.
Yeah. So you assuage my concerns about the Alchemist and, like, you know, he's going to fall off.
Yeah.
Like, he's already... because I'll add another one here. He's got great Aghanim Scepters to give away.
Yep.
And Aghanim's Dro...
Aghanim's Dro,
so sick against Nagasar.
Abaddon,
Yeah.
Aghanim's Earthshaker. I mean, this might be, aside from Batrider, which is like a bit of a meme, but
Yeah.
he has really good ags to give. And I think, again, it's just the control factor that their team can put out. I think this is what Liquid...
You're going to see it on Matumba Man here, but the immediate save from
Nice.
GH. He does manage to get the snowball. Matumba Man backs off. There's going to be the Song of Siren going out. They're going to set this up. Are they actually going to take the team fight, though? Mind
Look at
Control,
Arteezy.
they're not actually protecting him with the Song of Siren. Mind Control almost dies. Arteezy not able to get that kill, though. Matumba Man is still being gone on by sumaiL, who's going to chase him down. Unstable
needs the heal.
Concoction after Unstable Concoction. He gets another big core kill. Meanwhile, the Naga Siren is left completely alone. Liquid had to back up trying to save Matumba Man. That left Miracle all alone in that shrine area. Both those cores are dead for a minute with no buyback.
Yeah, I think this... and EG hits buildings incredibly fast with their lineup. And this game might just be over. Liquid
It's
smoked
looking
up.
like it.
Oh, nice Winter's Curse.
Oh, that is a beautiful one. That is on S4. They try and force snap save him. That's not going to happen.
They're just going to go for the high ground here. They've got 38 long seconds.
They've got a buyback on Naga Siren now, but without the sniper, I have a feeling that maybe Miracle's just going to hold on to it. Unless, maybe they overextend themselves. sumaiL tries to go for the kill onto the Naga Siren, just forces them back, continuing to focus on the objectives here. You can oh, that's right. A little bit of brain fart there. I saw silence building, and I was like, what? Arteezy. Well, maybe I'm not that surprised. I thought they were going to be able to clear through objectives a lot faster than that, but
Yeah,
tier 3 in a melee racks is good enough. And bounty runes, too.
Alk ulti was on CD for a little bit.
GH, Ice Shards,
Guys,
not
don't
able to
chase
block him in, and
You're
I
not
don't
gonna
think
kill him.
you would have killed him.
Yeah, you're not killing him. You're not killing this Alk at this point.
Second highest amount of assists and 35 minutes on any hero, going to show that Crit has really pulled his weight in this game.
The fact that he carried them through this early game and mid game with those plays, that play at top and the play at bottom alone deserves MVP. And everything that he's done after this, his team fight contribution, the buyback to secure the fight after that, like this guy he's overplayed. You know how it's every Dota player represents 20% of a pie? You know, he's carrying a lot of that. I'd say like 40% or more.
I was going to say that number too. 40%.
He deserves a lot of this win.
Yeah.
It's not often like I've seen everything under the sun in Dota. You know, like you get after a while like casting a lot of games, but like that top play into the bottom play immediately. I was like literally just talking about how cool that top play was, and he's immediately setting up for a kill on the Naga.
Did they give the Aghanim Scepter first to Crit?
Yes.
Before the Drow Ranger?
They
did.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought the priority would go Drow then Earthshaker.
No, I think your level 20 Earthshaker.
Who is taking up 40% of the pie, who's now going to be able to use that Aghanim Scepter to make sure that Kuro does die. And that is so much mobility on the Earthshaker now. Blink, Force Staff, and the Enchant Totem Leap, which is like, I don't know, like 800 range or something. It's pretty far. 1100 range. Even longer.
I think EG as a whole, though, we're not giving credit to like their entire team. Look at how many assists or like total kills.
Oh, sumaiL just goes for it. Blink to the back line. Says, kill me. Go ahead. Anybody want to fight me? Miracle thinks about it. They do get sumaiL down to about half health. The snowball is going to be rolling in. Crit backing up with his Enchant Totem, and they just easily kill GH, and he immediately buys back. They need that Winter Wyvern back. I feel like they need this Winter's Curse. 10 more seconds till Kuro's back up. Liquid is just trying to protect their buildings and draw this out until they have their full 5-man, but it is going to be a lane of Rax. Arteezy has that Aegis still, so he can play a little fast and loose. Finishing up that range Rax before retreating with the Force Staffs.
I mean, if you click on all of EG's heroes, like the kill distribution and the amount of assists that everyone has on the team, even this Abaddon, who it feels like every time I look at Fly, he's dead, has been in 21 of their kills.
Yeah.
So as a team, I think they've played this game very well.
Fly is also, like, they have a 28,000 net worth lead. Drow Ranger's actually ahead of the Alchemist, and Fly is bottom net worth of the entire game.
That's all good. He'll get an Axe, and he'll become, you know, he'll just, like, face check like GH is.
That's a self-sacrificial captain right there.
Yeah. Man, this mid fight, though.
It's also a time for the Fly 5 again, right? He's always best on defensive supports, two of the best supports in the meta right now, Oracle and Abaddon.
So they have one more Rax to go through. I mean, Naga can hold those. I think it's unlikely in this game. But
Naga's a hero that can deal with super creeps, but full-on megas. And it's going to be tough for Liquid. They have to hold this last mid lane of Rax here.
they really need to use the Naga sleep better, I think.
Yeah.
So the point of it against like draw lineups and stuff like that is to set up the back line. Once she uses her pike, you catch her off, then everyone collapses on her and you get rid of that damage. I don't know whether it's like Arteezy's positioning or whatever, but they just haven't been able to do that this game.
Do you think he should have gone for like the Blink Dagger initiation?
I'm not sure.
Song or something?
But you're just not really... Oh,
sumaiL just goes for it again. And I think that's also another big reason. sumaiL and how aggressive he is and just always forcing the fight doesn't let them get a good song positioning.
Him and Arteezy are playing, at the positioning game at least, really well.
Yeah.
He's creating enough distance away, and this is also making the
Oh, Jesus, look at that Aghanim Scepter. Holy crap. Matamba Man almost just died to Arteezy hitting the melee racks. They are going to try and go for the lasso. There is going to be that Song of Siren. But look at the positioning of EG. They're backed up. They're pretty well spread. No one's going to get caught by this. And that's just another tool down for Team Liquid when it comes to defending. And they're going to lose these buildings so quickly. Liquid, they've got to come up with some sort of defense and fast. A man to dodge that fails. sumaiL pushing forward. That Miracle is at half health here, goes for it, and they are going to be able to finish off GH. Miracle gets the ensnare onto that Drow Ranger, but the melee Rax is now dead. It's only the range Rax, which can't even heal. One last shot on Matamba Man, not going to be enough. A good winner's curse. That's going to be onto the Alchemist with the Drow Ranger laying in that damage, but it's not enough to actually get the kill. He's still stunned up. There is going to be the Arctic Burn. The silence, though, is going to make sure that's all that she wrote for the Winter Wyvern. They are going to be able to control up this Earthshaker. Crit is not going to be able to leap away in time, but that Aghanim Scepter just keeps on doing its work. They've got a full-on Megas, and Arteezy even thinking about sticking around and just going for those tier 4s. sumaiL is not going to back down either. He hasn't backed down all game ever since he got 6 slotted, and he won't stop now. That he sees Game 3 is on the horizon. S4 blinking forward, grabbing the sniper. That's 4 dead on the side of Liquid, and the GG call forced out. A great game by Evil Geniuses.